Hey everybody, do you guys remember this project? I sure didn't until about 2 days ago, or like a day and a half, or whatever the heck it was. Oh, I showed it there. You see, I edited it out like later on and stuff, but yeah, I pretty much just kind of finished the game, and yeah, there's this level, and it seems to be running slow. And you'll notice here, I'm jumping and also throwing at the same time every time I do. And that is because it didn't want to work with a controller at all. And here I was like, oh, it made a text, obviously it's new content. Oh man, this is gonna be a long one, because I wasn't really sure how to edit it. Like, I fast forwarded a lot of tedious things, but it pretty much would have been beneficial just to fast forward the entire thing, but that's kind of insulting the game. There was some time put into it, just the amount of time the developers expected you yourself to put into it is kind of astronomical, because everything takes, like, there's no enemy in this game, from my knowledge, takes one hit, except for the ultra powerful Mega Death Ray, and it's only in like this stage and one other stage that it might not even be in another stage after this. I kind of forget. If you didn't notice, I just got a high jump boot, and I think this is the first stage that introduces it, and I'll be seeing it again in another stage. So yeah, but this stage is the easier of the two, obviously, because it appears like, check out that score. That is the most epic score I've ever seen. So these only take 2 hits, but everything else takes like a bajillion. I think the second lowest after this is one that takes 3 hits. I think that guy takes 4, I don't know. Oh, there's the Ultra Mega Blaster. I go back here, and I didn't really realize until I got here that I had made an entire loop, and I was like, oh, well, I'm just gonna pretend like that was on purpose and like open a treasure chest here and not be sure how to do it, and waste some flame for a heart that I didn't need, I think. I kinda didn't check before that happened, so I'm like, I'm just gonna grab everything that I didn't get, I just wasted another flame. You get very limited flame, and they're the best weapon in this episode, at least. I have no idea if there's more in the other episodes or not, I don't know, but like, this game, it just feels like it could have been better, and it could have been more like Jill of the Jungle, but it just kind of wasn't, and it kind of falls on its face. Like, they're definitely trying to go for a more difficult feel than Jill of the Jungle, and more like, I guess, enemy-based. It's like Jill was a little more platforming, maybe, I guess, I don't know. But it was like, you gotta do this, so I guess that's kind of interesting. You gotta springboard and go around. That's kind of alright, it is, and, you know, it just kind of happens that way. And, you know, I just feel like them making, oh, I just realized I ran out of thing, and I was like, I'm gonna die if I continually try to fight this thing. There's a lot of enemies where you kind of have to jump over their projectiles, because the duck doesn't really work as a duck. It just works to scroll your screen down, which is kind of necessary in a way, but also doesn't always work for every single blind jump. I'm not really sure if you need to collect those, but I did. So yeah, I did that. You'll see. I don't know if it did anything. Or maybe we'll find out together. It was something I didn't notice. So yeah, this is like the rock is definitely the worst weapon in the game. It does not seem to do any more damage than his crotch rocket. And it just, like, it's so freaking unwieldy, like, you wouldn't imagine. Like, I don't know, I could've, like, sometimes I just make wrong decisions. Like, I could just jump over it, and I'm so used to being in the most claustrophobic tunnel around. I'm just not used to having the ability to jump over projectiles. It's just not something that happens a whole lot in this game. but, you know, there's a lot of seemingly forced damage, there's a lot of seemingly blind jumps, and there's some vines sometimes also. This actually, I think, is the only other stage, other than one earlier on in the game that had it. Yeah, it's definitely been 5 minutes on this one stage, not doing a whole too much of anything. Yep. I got another one. I got 3. The sound effects in this game are just the best thing I've ever heard. Only ones that are better sound effects, and that actually uses voice, is extreme rock climbing for the MS-DOS. Well, this is also for the MS-DOS. Actually, I don't know if that's for the MS-DOS, but I never actually played it, but I witnessed it on a video. You can't kill those guys. They're actually pretty cool. Got interesting graphics and animations. I mean, it's not really something I noticed, but they stand out, and I just kind of did dumb, like horrendously bad. I put these winning runs in X8. I was tempted to just not show them. I'm not entirely sure if this game has a quick save feature like Jill did. I'm guessing it does, considering things, but I mean, if it does, then hey, you get winning runs, because I could have used save states, but I didn't. There's only one level with a checkpoint, all the others don't seem to have any, unless I didn't notice, and it'd be kind of silly if they didn't. So if you remember from the past, you need to get a key to actually leave the level. It's not. And the arrow's just hanging on there. It's not good enough for the game if you just get to the exit. These crumble. I'm guessing they fade away completely if you stand on them long enough. I didn't give them a chance because I wasn't about to die this far into the level. It's not really that far into the level. You'll see. And yeah, I just wanted to get the heck out of there. I don't know what I'm waiting on, but maybe I wish I cut that out, then I apologize, but it kind of gets stuck on things in this map. It is similar to, like, I guess maybe it's a little better than the one in the Jill Saves the Princess Hideous Beasts, and I didn't see it when I saw it, because I did read these kind of, but now I'm seeing Hide of Beast, which did that Mega Man X6 no damage speed run, like, ow, my brain hurts trying to comprehend that. Yeah, that series, I've pretty much watched it, like, maybe 3 times already, at least twice. It's very interesting, because that game is, like, it has good ideas, but terrible implementation, which is the exact opposite of X7, where it has bad ideas, but a lot of time went into it, type thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's not even really my opinion, but I'm just spouting someone else's opinion who also does perfect X runs, which there isn't too many of those. But after the whole, you know, Rome Mithril thing, you got all the offshoots of that, and then you have the Kirby runs, which are pretty awesome. And then certain people do the no damage Kirby runs, others don't give a darn tootin', and then some do the entire game, and some don't. And, you know, it's just the magical wonders of YouTube building. It just kind of happens, and as you can tell, like, this game is, like, really, like, there's a lot to talk about, and I have a lot to say in this half hour. I mean, I have more to say, like, in later levels, I guess, maybe. Not really, but, I decided to, yeah, I went over this. I decided to show all the deaths instead of just winning runs, because why not? Because, yep, I'm finding out you cannot kill those, or at least with that weapon. I'm sure you can blow them away and blast them off with the speed burner, but you don't get that a whole lot. That's kind of tragic, because it's like, it's the one thing that's keeping this game from actually being fun, and like, Well, I don't know. That's not the game's only flaw, but I think if there was more ways to get damage output mode zone, there's nothing to the right, or did I not check ever? I guess I never checked ever. I'm not too concerned. I got the right paths on the first try or something, and this is not the winning run. But anyway, I got all the special item ingredients that are on the menu, so I don't really care about all paths. I found what I needed to find that would be the only thing that would mildly tempt me to re-enter these levels, because I don't know. I don't think, like, Jill of the Jungle is a game that I could probably go back to and play again at some time. I don't see myself ever really going back to this one. I don't know, like, I think that's probably why I never beat it, like, when I originally played it, because I guess I just got stuck and didn't really enjoy it enough to, you know, press on. So, you know, that's my rant, partial rant. There's something coming up that we'll say, and well, you'll see, because it causes my death, and well, looking at the clips here, it looks like the winning run isn't even the next run. Potentially, no, it is the next run. Never mind, I'm getting confused. Rocks as enemies that you can kill with other rocks. It's just weird. And these stalactites, I think that's what they are. The ones on top, stalactites. I used to know it when I was like a 4th grader or something. Now I just kind of not really knowledge I needed to really know about. So when you grab this key, it takes away that bridge, and if you didn't notice, the rock went down there with it. And oh hey, blind jump, you fell until you died. Well, I mean, it was kind of my own fault for not getting rid of the rock, but at the same time, it was so ridiculously tedious to get that damn rock that I didn't want to bother. So, you know, luckily it's at 8x when yeah, there's like a thing there, I don't know what it does. I tried doing thing with it, and it wasn't a button, I couldn't press it, I couldn't light up my biceps with it, or my triceps either, but, you know, the background is a really good background, but it does have a lamp. I don't even think I'd be able to see yeah, I couldn't even see the rock, and I killed both of them, so there really is an extra rock there, and I think that is marginally to completely BS in this part. Don't worry, I fast forwarded, but it's like the roofs are placed specifically so that it's the most annoying thing in the world to get rid of these rocks. It's like designed just so that it will take you the longest amount of time possible. I don't really like that. I don't like that. Like, the graphics on the overworld are pretty good. I don't really understand why there was no background, but I guess the DSO in the middle could handle it. We get to meet a new character. It's the only other time there's a character in the game, but that's pretty neat. Silver Tongue. That's a pretty cool name. I didn't realize that the owls, I mean the eagles, had tongues of silver, but I don't usually insert my eyelids into their beaks, so I really wouldn't have these informations. This level, for like a level where you have momentum or movement in all directions, is really linear, like to the point where I did it on my first try. I don't even know if you can kill those green things. I don't think you can, because here I try and it just goes through them. But yeah, the weapon for this is really also clunky. I got stuck on a roof there, and by the time I got actually around it, yeah, I just keep getting hit by that one guy, and I don't really like that. It's kind of confusing graphically what is and what isn't solid. The most glorious sound effects in this game is the fish that sound like a man when they're doing hurt. I don't know if it's happened already because I can't hear sound right now. I saw things happen, so I'm assuming that. Yeah, I was getting confused with another noise, but it's like I don't really understand. So I don't know if it's a man sound effect. It's just like a very humanoid sound effect. And these guys, you gotta know that they're gonna do something. And I somehow remember, or subconsciously remember, that I need to dodge something. You can get stuck up there. It's pretty weird, but I was like, I didn't remember it at all, but I kind of just knew. You can collect starfish. I don't know what the hell they give you points. Best thing in a video game ever. I don't even think points were relevant when points were relevant. So take that as you will. Pac-Man fever for lives. Actually, no. Yeah, I just went into that fish. I just literally went right up into that fish and then said, nope, that's not all worth it at all. But hitbox collision is kind of an interesting thing. And I don't think Jill really had that problem. I'm pretty sure Jill had some pretty, like, cut and dry hitboxes. It was, like, just weird. Yep. So, I think this is actually my favorite outdoor theme, as we'll be saying in a moment. I mean, the music overall isn't bad. Some of the songs, I think, like the song in the last level, they kind of get repetitive and irritating, but some of the other songs are pretty good that we'll be hearing in a little bit shortly. I kind of forget which level is the next level, but I know which ones are the last two, because that was the majority of my time spent, I think. So, yep, that's how that goes. Just zoom along. I think there's another one of those special items. And it looks like they're kind of going upward too, but sometimes they go straight, sometimes they kind of angle. It's kind of weird. It might be kind of relevant to the other attack, the regular normal attack on the. Yep, I got two of them. Oh, it even shows how many items how many like rocks or rocks seem unlimited to me, and it's not really something you want to hold on to. It's like once you grab it, sometimes it's required. It's pretty awesome, and then I think it even had like the beam on there. I don't know. I'm not gonna go back and check, but you guys can pause the video and analyze it, and go back to the point and tell me. I don't really care. Yes, some more story. I feel bad because the game seems pretty well put together on the surface, but playing it, like, I want to like it. I want to say it's a good game, but it's not really fun to play. And I think this is the second to last level. Am I correct in saying that? Well, even if it's the second to last, it's not really the second to last, but yeah, I promptly forgot about that explosion happening. You'll see why in a moment. And actually, I think this is my favorite song in the entire thing, because it kind of reminds me of Crash Bandicoot for some reason. It just has a tinge to it. I mean, there's a repetitive part to it that is kind of, you'll hear, I think, if it exists, you'll hear it, or yeah, it gives you some controls. It's pretty cut and dry, and I accidentally pressed another button. You'll be seeing me doing this dance a whole lot, except you won't, because I did you all the favor of fast forwarding it. Yeah, the design of this level isn't exactly the most up-to-par thing in the world. I thought I could kill that, get to the fast-forwarding part, just, yeah, I don't know, maybe you can. I wasn't trying to sit there all day trying to figure that information out. So here we reach a dead end, obviously, because looks pretty dead end to me, right everybody? You see some flames going across the corridor. That's dead end status. Let's go in this room. not really sure the point of this room is, just to meet up with... It's like we're playing Star Wars. It's pretty freaking awesome, sort of. So they're still doing that episode 7 thing. That kind of makes me feel, like, uncomfortable, in a way. So it's like, will it be, like, the first trilogy or the second trilogy? And you gotta really specify when you say it like that. Will it be like the good trilogy or the mediocre trilogy? Man, I'm not really like a huge Star Wars fan, but I mean, since I don't really watch that many movies, I guess it would be one of my favorite series. Well, at least with the specifications I just delivered, but those guys take 3 hits, it's way too many. Yeah, I keep getting off track, I gotta like focus myself, and it's like, I'm just drifting around all kinds of subjects, and yeah, that's kinda how it goes when, you know, here's a section. I show it in full speed for this time, to an extent. You'll see in a second what I mean, because I wanted to get that hard, because it kind of was more important, even though, like, this run is not winning at all. So, you know, just stretch that time out in your head, expansion cavity, and realize how long that took for me to wait there. I was like, I don't know, is it coming back? I'm not sure. And then, you know, here you gotta make a fall and then get hurt immediately, because you didn't... Because I was just checking, like, I don't know. How am I supposed to know that path's gonna be the path where you kind of, like, things can just come from off screen and shoot you also. That's something, collect ice cream cones. I wouldn't really want an ice cream cone flying around in, like, a factory cave thing. I wouldn't eat it. As much as I like ice cream and ice cream cones, ice cream sundaes, I don't think I'd eat it. I don't think I would. I don't know, it'd be tempting. I mean, I'd be on this long, crazy journey through time and space, and also some boring levels. I cut out some backtracking for you. So here's a interesting place, because, you know, you just kind of get yourself ass handed to you. There's a little death montage for you if you were interested. It consisted of 2 deaths. There's more to come on the next level, but if it is really the next level, I'm pretty sure it is. Did I even show where I got stuck? Darn, I really don't think I showed it, because I had no idea what I was doing in the level, as I didn't know you could go through those flamey looking things. And I moved the elevator up to a certain point so that I was kind of dancing with the music also, but I kind of got it stuck to where I couldn't move or anything, and I had to load state, and it was pretty funny, actually. See, like there, like, if I reacted in time, I probably could have ran over to the right and got out of it, but if I was anywhere more the Zybox, okay, the Zybox shoes, I don't know what the hell that is. I'm gonna have to Google it and see if there's like some Greek or Roman mythology term going on there, but yeah, it's like some attacks are just unavoidable. The recording software ate this section, but I think it's the only one. It doesn't last. It lasts basically until I actually go up there. No? Okay, there it goes, because yeah, that happens sometimes, but you know, it's kind of what happens. I don't really consider myself with an option of that type of measure, because I don't know, it's the best one I've used, and it still has its flaws, unfortunately. Someone get on that, make a recording software that doesn't do that, or destroy recordings, or like just has no limit in recording size, and just, I don't know. Yeah, the Dark Ring of Terror. I don't know if I'd want that. I don't know if I'd be picking that one up, because Like, if it's anywhere near my body or on my fingertip, I might turn invisible or also crazy into a Schmeagle-looking foe. Which, again, since I don't watch movies that much, like, that's another series that's like, oh, pretty good series. I don't know if it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, when I watched The Hobbit, I was like, oh my god, I want one of those flying huge bird things. That'd be an awesome pet. It's like, you can traverse with it pretty quickly, and, you know, could also be your buddy, too. These birds are pretty friendly. It's like, I had a dinosaur at a time. It's pretty cool. Yep, and that was a level. And, like, there was a point there where I was like, oh my god, is this going to end at all? How long does this level need to be exactly? Can you read this with my spewing? Just pause the video if you need to. You have that option. I don't really, or I choose not to use it. Malvineous person, I think that's his name. It's a pretty neat looking castle. Xargon's secret factory. It doesn't look so secret. I like how the symbol in the back is Argon with an X in the background. And that kind of spawns a fruit. And just watch this. This is pretty hilarious. Quickest death that could ever have happened. I don't even know how you're supposed to get. Oh, I know how you're supposed to. I wonder if it unlocks something, because it seems the treasure chests unlock a thing or something. I don't know. You'll see in a second how you could do it. Yeah, that was like a thin springboard. It's pretty weird. I don't really understand it. I don't really ever like unindicated floors and walls and ceilings that you can just go through, and there's no way of telling until just finding out. And that one's like pretty good because it saves you from enemy spam. There's one coming up that's kinda mean, and it's like for lots of reasons. Go back. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the advice. Go back. You're going to get shot unless you react right away. But there's a lot easier ways to get rid of that. I like the graphic of that guy, that blue orb thing. I think he looks pretty neat, actually. But he takes 2 hits instead of the regular 1 from the enemy of the exact same sprite and attack pattern. Pretty much everything else. Yep, that's what's going on. There's pipes in the background. I'll probably have to work in a place looking similar to this. It's pretty freaking exciting. Gotta get stuck there. I wonder if you'd fall through if I stayed there, but I don't know for sure. Getting there, but it's like, this is like, look at that. Look at that. That is dumb, but it's a one-way door. So of course we'll be experiencing that. Like, I knew, and I just found out you can, if you press down, you can jump through these, which makes sense and all, but I didn't know that. I think it probably tells you on that screen that I probably didn't read, but, you know, that's just how it works. I don't know what the hell the fruit does. What exact, does it give you like a free life or something? Because lives are sure a thing in this game. It's called sarcasm. There is no lives in this game, if you hadn't noticed. So yeah, here's a door. I wonder where that door goes. I was afraid because I saw that guy. I was like, I'm going in here, and then I just cut. You don't have to see me coming back here. It's like line jump, but if you just fall straight down or actually look. Well, if you look, you'll notice the guys stopping, and then sometimes if you jump at a certain time to those guys shooting at you, you just will get hit, nothing you can do at all. And it happens again to me here because I'm an idiot. So you can't really do that. Jeez, how long is this? No, I guess it didn't. I guess that's on the winning run, but how did that even happen? Holy crap. Yeah, I think I'd do it like twice here or something. Yeah. Yup. So that's what's going on. There's like a diagram, schematics in the background. I think the attention to detail is pretty alright. And I didn't find it. Spoilers, I didn't actually register this game, nor did I ever buy it. After playing it now, I don't know if I would. I probably would, but that's neither here nor there, because I kind of like can't without spending like probably $200. I think I looked one time on Amazon and it wasn't good. It was probably for like a floppy disk and nothing else. You know, small floppies. You kids don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. See, back in the day before you had compact discs, you had, and I'm like making a circle with my hand like it makes any difference. You had these discs. It's actually kind of like a very small hard drive, and it's a flimsy black CD that if you ever took apart a floppy disk, you'd know this, and it exists inside a plastic case so that it didn't get damaged. And those enemies are like stupid and take a lot of hits, but I wanted to know what they looked like before dying, and I did. I got the chance, and y'all saw it. But before they had those, they had an even bigger form of them, and they were even more floppier. Actually, the term floppy disk is kind of a misnomer, because the one it actually more describes for, well, maybe not. They both kind of do. But the smaller ones are more, they're more solid, and it's kind of confusing. It's a misnomer indeed, but the other ones are pretty damn bendy, and I like those, but, you know, I was kind of too young to really experience them in their full glory. That's really unfortunate, but, you know, it happens, time changes, things happen. It's pretty, like, this game is probably 20 years old or more. Probably not. I don't know how old it is. It's probably at least 20 years. Like, I was thinking it was like 2001. No, 2011. Like, I don't know what I'm thinking. So, oh yeah, this is the one that I find kind of BS, because I was very afeared of my health. So there's just a hole there, there's a passageway, and a trampoline. Well, no, I must, because the trampoline. Oh, maybe there's not a trampoline. I don't know. Here's a checkpoint, the only one in the game, to the stupidest level. Not really the stupidest level there. It had some competition, but for a final level, game designers, pro tip, don't take advice from this game with making your final level. Music-wise, sure. Well, actually, I don't even remember this song, so maybe not, but the song before it was pretty epic. Level design 101, just don't do this, because, like, in Jill, you had to do things like this sometimes with the cutting implements and the saws, but those were actually wieldy. This is not wieldy at all. Like, it's like, just doesn't want to go, like, the only way really is to get close to it, and still, it doesn't really do exactly what you want it to do. And I got in the mentality of like, oh man, I'm playing Vip Mario or Anna Kitty, and I'm breaking things with the fireball. But even the fireball is more wieldy than this. It's amazing how that works, and this level also introduces a new gimmick. Oh, you just see it. Generators. Wonderful. So we're coming up to a section that's pretty wonderful. I don't know if I die before then. I probably do. And it knows, like, I don't know what is the indicational flag for those to exist, but they just do sometimes. Like, hey, have a fruit. I don't want your damn stinking fruit hanging around in a freaking factory. Maybe in the cave or woodlands, but not in the factory. Those got GMO written all over it. So, yeah, that's basically the game in a nutshell. I don't really know if I'm gonna do the rest. I probably will do the rest of the series, but I don't know what the hell I'll do that. Because that won't be the next DOS project. Spoiler alert. I didn't even know you could stand on those once I figured out. I actually made progress. Or, not yet. Now I do. I slowed it down way too soon, but I'm sure glad that was just for a bonus. But I kind of did skip out on some other tedious things, so I don't know which of the two evils were better. You know, just kind of find it out. So yeah, I'll probably do a DOS game once one of the next projects are done, or both, or something. I don't know, because I actually want to do Sui Monster again for, I don't know, I just been thinking about it, because, I mean, I did beat the next level that I'd be playing. It's not really that bad of a level. I was just in a terrible mood and felt like deleting it, so that shouldn't go too bad. I'm not really sure if there's anything of worth. There's probably just cherries and freaking hearts. But yeah, I'm sure y'all can guess what the next DOS game is, and if you can't, then go eat a ham, I guess, because really, it's pretty obvious. I mean, if I did Jill of the Jungle, and I'm probably not doing Duke Nukem as of yet, it just leaves me with one other thing. So here's the final boss. Worst final boss in existence. I want my money back. I mean, I realized Jill of the Jungle didn't have bosses, but I didn't even know if I was doing the right thing. Look at this. Look at this! Like, and the generator wasn't even a threat, and I, like, had to fast forward the final boss fight. And also that bit at the end, I don't know what they were thinking with all that. Like, I have no clue at all, but apparently the reactor is destroyed, and, like, it's gonna be really slow to, go to, and I single-handedly destroyed it. And it's like, I would have just rather no boss fight. That is the biggest crock of shizzle I've ever seen, and just now realizing I'm not actually controlling. So here's how you play the game, and here's a B section, there's only one of them. That's kind of cheap, man. You're gonna, like, show that off, and it was only in the game once, and I realized it was in one of the Jill games where they had to show off all the power-ups and whatnot. You know what, I do like this. And it kind of does make me curious about the other games, but it's like not curious enough, because it's like if the games just get difficulty more, like in their terms, it's like more damage. I like that little portal thing type going on. Stargates exist, but yes. So anyway, yeah, that I don't know if I'm gonna, like, tell me if you want to see it. It won't be anytime soon. It won't be the next DOS game. That's all I'll say. Apparently that's Xargon. I didn't know he was a dragon head. Just the head. And I think he looks pretty cool. I don't know. He's there. I'd rather fight that than moving around and doing things and actually attacking me, and not with a freaking generator. I hate generators. No, I don't hate generators, but when used correctly. Did anyone buy this? Like, at this, did anyone have this? Actually, no, it's the next one. Did anyone have the official hint book? I want to know this, because if you do, and a printed world map, like, if I could get that, like, for, I don't know, that's pretty neat. I like maps.